comes, and as you walk up to the front of the room, you're already thinking about your colleagues surrounding you, congratulating you on a job well done, and your boss pretty much guaranteeing you that next promotion. As you start your presentation, in the back of the room, you hear two people talking, and they won't stop. It throws you off your game. You forget what you're going to say next. You can't remember important facts. You've just been heckled. And all you can see now is you walking towards the elevator with a box of your stuff and your boss shaking his head in shame. Tonight I'm going to discuss with you how to handle a heckler so it won't throw you off your game when you're giving a presentation. I'm going to discuss 5 types of hecklers, how to handle them, and 5 ways to control your audience so you'll never get heckled in the first place. The first type of heckler I like to talk to you about is the helper. This is the person who wants to add to your presentation by giving information in the middle of your speech. Maybe a company policy has changed, or you stated a fact incorrectly. The best way to handle this type of heckler is to give them a title so that they'll be recognized for their good hard work, but then they'll shut up because you called them out in the middle of your speech. This is according to an article written by Frank King and John McInnes.
It's McInnes.
Thank you to my research assistant, Mike. And if they keep interrupting your speech, what you should do is you should tell people to hold their comments till the end of your presentation, and you'll handle everything then. The second type of heckler is called a talker. Those are the people that are talking in the middle of your presentation. And the best way to handle someone like that is to call them out with an audience participation. Like, Mindy, what kind of heckler do you find really annoying?
I don't know, Megan.
A talker. This lets the people know that you are in control and you're paying attention to what they're doing. And people don't want to talk in public, so it'll shut them up as well. The third type of person I like to talk about is the cell phone user. We've all seen them. It's the age of smartphones. You can't live without it. You can't do a presentation without someone pulling it out and texting. And the best way to handle this, according to Tim Cegulski, who wrote a Toastmaster article called Dealing with a Distracted Audience, is to actually give them permission to use their cell phones, as long as they're not talking, during the presentation. This actually helps establish a rapport with the audience, because now you're a friend, you're just talking, and it doesn't make you seem like the strict teacher up here. You need to listen to me right now. And that creates a better learning environment. The fourth type I like to talk about is the plant. You've seen, I have several in the audience tonight. It's a pre-arranged heckler, and it often makes you seem really witty if you do that. The District 50 Humor Speech competition, the winner actually had a great plant in the audience. The audience wasn't expecting it, and he got a huge reaction. So it's a great way to create, if you're talking about something that's very monotone or very boring, it creates a break, and the audience kind of wakes up from that. The fifth type I like to talk about is my least favorite type of heckler, and it is the rude person who's just being rude. They don't like what you're saying, they don't want to listen to it, they think you're an idiot, and they're trying to undermine you throughout the entire presentation. The plant will... That's not what you have written.
Oh, God, what's the point of this?
Sorry, I messed up my own plant. That was really smart of me. We love you, Megan. But the best way to handle someone like that is if someone is rude to you, you be rude right back. Like, I'm sorry, Sarah, do I come to the parole office and tell you how to parole people? Wow. That just lets them know that you are the boss and that won't let you lose control. When I took my stand-up comedy class, heckling was a major question that people had. And my teacher, Gary Sines, always said it was a manner of control. If you don't have control of the audience will try to take it from you. A couple ways to keep control of the audience is don't let them smell your fear. If they think that you are nervous, Or if you go up there and say, "This is my first time," and shuffle some papers around, the audience already can feel it. They can smell the blood in the water. And they can't wait to take that control away from you. The second way is that you need to be able to connect with your audience. If people are talking and on their cell phones and doing everything but listen to you, there's something wrong with your presentation and you're not connecting with the audience. So maybe you should join something like Toastmasters to help improve your communication skills. The third way, the third thing you need to remember about controlling your audience is if there is a heckler, you need to be nice. The whole point of doing the heckler is that you want, taking control from the heckler is that you want the audience on your side. Don't go Michael Richards on them unless that person is just being rude, like the yeller that we had in the last one. The fourth thing is that you need to practice. That's why we have table topics. Unexpected things are going to come up during your speech all the time. So table topics is a great way for you to practice if someone's yelling out during your speech, or usually they don't, but then you can think on your feet very quickly. The fifth thing is that you need to stand your ground. Never back down. Even if they're not listening, finish the speech and chalk it up to a learning experience. And next time you can do better. Everyone has a fear of public speaking. And one of the biggest things is that people are afraid of hecklers. As Jerry Seinfeld always said, at a funeral, more people would rather be in the casket than giving the eulogy. So what you just need to understand how to handle a heckler. So if you go through what type of heckler they are, the best way to handle them, and how to control your audience, you'll be ready for anything a heckler has to throw at you. Madam Toastmaster?